Via plays here again. Is it a control warrior? He played it to the max, and it worked out really well for him. And no, he actually goes with a rogue, Miracle Rogue. You wanted to see it, and Eliah pulls out a handlock and not a zoo lock.
I love that matchup. I think that is one of the most fun matchups to watch.
You mean if you bring him down to 10 HP, and then he
Giant madness.
then he throws all his taunts in your face, and you're screwed, and you think that's funny?
Yep,
Okay.
I do.
we have a different taste of funny, I would say.
Really?
But it's interesting to see, first of all, Elias playing a Yeti. So it's not the normal handlock with just giants, and more giants. He actually has a Yeti in here. And Via is playing kind of the new Miracle Rogue with sprints. So if you don't draw your Auctioneers, you still have that sprint for late game. And with a White Pyromancer against Rush. So you can just go White Pyromancer backstab. Tons and tons of damage. White Pyromancer Fan of Knives. Even more damage. Some awesome combos actually against Zoo. And I guess he thinks he's playing against Zoo. But in fact, it's Mountain Giant. And
it's a handlock.
Molten Giant.
Well, actually, it's kind of surprising to me that he doesn't know that that he's up against the handlock, because Elijah played the handlock.
But another member of eEriness played the handlock too.
Yeah, but then, like, I would have expected Planet Key Dynamics to talk to each other and tell them what the winners played, so they can prepare accordingly.
But did Elijah play last game handlock?
Nah,
No,
it's
he
a lie.
did,
He played the Shaman 2 times, right? So they didn't
exactly.
know.
So
okay,
they didn't know it's a
yeah,
handlock.
true.
So your argumentation is invalid, sir. Well,
Wow.
that's no problem.
Wow.
Because Via is just gonna
That's
go
mean.
here, coin for 4 Van Cleef. That would be funny. I would cheer for coin for 4 Van Cleef.
Really? But then, yeah.
Sadly,
He knows he's up against the handlock.
the sad thing is he cannot backstab nothing. Just like, oh, backstab for naught. And then play Van Cleef for 6/6. Because only a 4/4 Van Cleef is not enough to sustain a Soulfire.
Exactly. That was my concern. Soulfire.
Sometimes you have to play with the risks and be like, yeah.
Would you take the risk?
No.
I would. Yeah.
The
me
thing
neither.
is, it's turn 3 upcoming. If he Soulfires, he loses 2 cards because of the discard, and he cannot play a turn 4 Mountain Giant. That would be your advantage. And maybe he even drops that Mountain Giant from his hand. So, if there's a Soulfire, yes, but you could actually hope for cards getting removed. And I guess that's his thought here of maybe getting Van Cleef out or not. Yeah, your no brand handy made sounds.
Nope. I can show you. Its sounds are turned off. Because
Yeah.
I'm professional.
My sounds are turned off too.
Yep. Now they are.
It's gonna vibrate.
Nice.
So Via's game went sleepy mode. The good thing is if you play against friends, there is no time limit.
Do you think
so
that's a good thing?
I'm just saying you can think as much or as long as you want, and no one can stop you. Well, your enemy can start spamming. It'll be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And we just saw it.
Greetings.
Well, we just saw it. There is a preparation in Via's hand. So he could have coin, preparation, Fan of Knives, Van Cleef. That would have been a beast mode Van Cleef.
Yep. And then there comes the big game hunter. That
Whoa.
some people run in their handlock.
We saw it in the other team members' handlock. And as you say, team decks are often the theme. So that's not like, I built my handlock like I want because my handlock is the best. They're actually talking with each other and mostly playing same versions of one deck.
This is my handlock. My handlock is amazing.
Absolutely. What is he going to do now? There's a Mountain Giant and he only has a... Well, he has no Eviscerates in his hand by now. There's a Preparation, Backstab. So he could do his 3 damage backs. Acolyte of Pain. This is cool. This is cool. He can play his Acolyte of Pain, backstab his enemy to draw a card with Acolyte of Pain. That's super good. I like those moves.
But he still takes 8 damage next round.
Nevertheless, he takes 8 damage. Correct. But he draws some cards, and maybe he gets Cold Blood, but even a Cold Blood would be too late because his minion dies before he does Cold
And
Blood.
then next round, Elia would be... He could play the Earthen Ring Farseer, heal his Mountain Giant, and then play a Sunfury Protector, and only buff the Earthen Ring Farseer. That would be mean.
Absolutely. It looks not good here for Via, but it's only turn 4. We might see some interesting plays, and we see what I told you. Backstab, his minion...
Nope, sound isn't turned off.
Sound isn't
I
turned off.
can tell you for sure, it isn't.
I would say you're wrong. Why would I say that? Just because.
Because you can.
Because I can. So he dropped his minion. He got some card draw off. He could attack. Well, he still has a Fan of Knives. So if he attacks with his Wild Pyromancer, preparation, Fan of Knives, he could kill that minion.
Take 8 damage.
He takes 8 damage anyways.
Either way, you're right.
But he prevents, well, the healing up, you said.
Ooh, this is bad news for Via.
Absolutely. And there's the healing coming.
Is he actually doing the play I said? Because I'm a prophet.
It wouldn't be surprising if he heals his minion up here to not let it die. I would actually kill his 1/2 minion. I mean,
Really?
if there's... Yeah,
You would? I would
mean,
prefer the 8 damage.
imagine Cold Blood incoming and you just lose your 8/5 minion instantly.
You still have the taunt on the Earthen Ring Farseer.
If he actually taunts up the Earthen Ring
Why wouldn't he?
Farseer and not both.
Nah, you shouldn't taunt both.
Yeah, but in most cases he will. You're just pretending he taunts up only the right one.
Yes.
He could also just play his Ancient Watcher because he doesn't want to taunt up his minion.
He still has more than enough, like, taunt mechanics on his hand. He has 2 Sun Furies and 1 Defender of Argus. Like, I think... Okay, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I'm kind of sure that it's the right decision to just play the Sun Fury on the Earthen Ring Farseer.
It would absolutely work, that's correct.
Dude!
But in most cases, he will just taunt up both and, well, rely on his damage he has here, which is okay.
Whoa.
The annoying thing is, there's an Auctioneer in Via's hand, so he can just play Auctioneer, Coin card draw, Preparation card draw, 2 cards drawn. He can also play Backstab, so that's 3 cards drawn already. I see a lot of cards incoming for Via here, and that's Coin, 1 card. What does he get? Shift. Well, Backstab on a 3/3 minion.
Probably Fan of Knives.
Cold Blood.
See, it's like...
Yeah, and now he's gonna draw more cards. I'm gonna play Fan of Knives. Draw more cards. And he still has 1 mana point to go Cold Blood on his minion here. Draw another card. Get another Acolyte of Pain. Kill that big fat ass giant. Draw another card, which is like you have to see that he draws another card. And well, there's still a Shadow Step in his hand, if I predicted right. Your enemy goes down on 21. Board is clear, and well done. He needs to waste his Siphon Soul here, in theory, to actually get rid of that Auctioneer. Or he plays 2 Argus.
He can't.
Yeah, even he can't. And that would hurt him a lot if he plays 2 Argus here to get rid of 1 minion.
Yeah, but he can't. It's only 6 mana.
Yeah, we had that already.
Okay.
Assassin's Blade, Deadly Poison incoming. 20 damage.
Ouch.
If he plays it, I'm just saying. In his hand is an Assassin's Blade and a Deadly Poison. Possible 20 damage. If you attack 4 times with it in the face.
To the mouse.
2 Saps. This is super good. If you really go Assassin's Blade, Deadly Poison, and he's gonna be like, yeah, two big ass taunt minions, and you can still go Sap. Both minions gone. Or just play your OP Blade Flurry for 5 damage, which is a buttload of damage.
Yep, it definitely is. Now, watch your turn. What you gonna do? Meh.
2 Watchers and Sun Fury, but he needs to know, if I play 2 Watchers, there's just that danger of Blade Flurry and all my Watchers are gone. So he might just play 1 and to bait out the Blade Flurry and then play the second Watcher. Both players will play extremely careful now. No risks to be taken here, since it's the ace match, it's the final showdown. The player losing now loses the whole team match for his whole team.
Yeah, sort of.
You don't want to be the player losing the final showdown.
You were the one that got them into the showdown in the first place.
But still, in the end, everyone...
And you lost.
Still, in the end, you will be the person that lost the final battle.
Please don't. Don't drop the... Why would he do that now?
To maybe outlet, but still, if he plays that one now...
It's like the most valuable...
Why did he play his Sun Fury after all,
Damn.
if he didn't taunt up both Watchers?
That is just madness.
We don't know if Via actually has a Blade Flurry, or we don't see one. He still has options to draw it. I mean, he's on 7 mana, and there's an Auctioneer in his hand. There is also a Shiv in his hand, so 1 card more. He just needs to kill the minions which can attack here, and then everything is okay. I mean, he's on 18 HP. He's still pretty healthy. He just needs to mill through his deck now fast to get that Blade Flurry. I mean, how many cards are left? 10? 11? I would say not many.
Not that many. He had 1 Auctioneer, like, drawing phase. Let's call it drawing phase. Where he drew, I don't know, 6 cards? And then the Acolyte in the end drew another card, so... He went through a lot already.
He has a Conceal in his hand, so he could just play Auctioneer Conceal. And next turn, we see there around 5 spells in his hand, and 1 is a Shiv. So Shiv is definitely 2 cards to be drawn. Oh, 11 cards left. We had it. So pretty close, and there's 1 or 2 Blade Flurries in his deck.
Do you think he has 2? Would you expect him to play 2?
Some people play 2 against all those
Rush decks.
Hunters and Zulogs, because you really want to have options to wipe his face into pieces.
To wipe his face into pieces. Nope, that wasn't the right one.
And he kills the minion that can attack. I mean, he still has 2 stacks on the weapon. That's okay to do. Possible 6 damage incoming now if he plays that Ironbeak Owl. Not only 6, 8 damage incoming with that Ironbeak Owl. And next turn, he absolutely needs that Blade Flurry to kind of go safer here.
He still wouldn't be able to clear the board, though.
If
we see the Argus.
If we see the Argus.
And I'm pretty convinced that we see the Argus.
He has a Shiv in his hand, so he could at least Shiv one of those minions.
Yeah, so then he would be able to clear the board.
But is he gonna play Argus? Yes, no, maybe. He could just Ironbeak Owl, as we stated, to just get way more damage off.
Ironbeak Argus. Easy play.
Easy play, no heal yourself, no giant.
No. 8 damage, and then see what your opponent does.
Okay. You can still do it. Is he going to silence the taunt minion?
No. What?
I mean, what did I just do? Wait.
Why? Why am I so stupid?
Happens. Things happen.
Nah.
But
not at this level.
Things shouldn't happen.
They shouldn't
especially not in the final showdown match. So he silences his Watcher, plays Argus. Just to play, you said.
8 damage to the mouse. Ka-ching.
He's down to 8. And he really needs that Blade Flurry now. But you know, there's an Auctioneer out. There are 1 bazillion cards in his hand where he can draw cards with. Worst case scenario, he just saps 2 minions. Okay, that's an Eviscerate.
What to do?
Shift first. It gives you 2 cards.
Yep. Shift to 5/6, I guess.
And
well, he could also, yeah. Or play Shadow Step.
But if you play Shadow Step,
that makes no sense.
yeah, you can still play. You can
No.
you can exceed your mana limit.
I was mixing Shadow Step with preparation.
Okay, but you can still play for 6 mana cards, draw cards for 6 mana, and then if you still don't have your Blade
Play
Flurry,
the Shadow Step.
you can absolutely go for Shadow Step and hope you get a Blade Flurry. But he decides
starts with
to
Sap.
instant sap here. I think he should mill first. I mean, he can. He's down to 8. We just saw it from Elia hovering over his deck. You didn't see it. We see it. We saw it. He has a Shift in his hand. That's 2 cards. And he can still sap if Shift doesn't work. But he double saps. It's interesting. I would put it under the safe road. He has an Eviscerate in his hand, so I expect an Eviscerate going down now on that 3/4 minion. What I don't like about his play is there are still those Molten Giants he should fear.
Well, he still has his... No, he has no subs left. Well, this
Okay,
is...
Deadly Poison
Ooh.
and Preparation.
Play prep. Play prep.
I just see the option of
Yeah.
milling even more with that Preparation. He could have saved some mana.
I would have... Was that a Van Cleef?
That was a Van Cleef. He could have made a Beast Mode Van Cleef, but he's already down to...
No, I think he can play it.
Nope.
You can?
You can actually see that he's on 0 mana at the moment.
No, I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I can see it. 4 cards. 3 cards left.
And he gets SI7 agent. So he wouldn't have gotten a Preparation by Blade Flurry
Fan
by
of
now.
Knives. Draw 2 more cards.
I guess Deadly Poison. See what you get. Maybe do that 11 damage to the face.
Well, yes. Yeah.
There's an Eviscerate. Well, maybe you don't have to. Because if you do...
Well, the Molten Giants are for free. Anyways,
absolutely. As long as he's not playing Alexstrasza, and even if he heals himself up for 3 with a Blade Flurry and... Let's predict Blade Flurry and Eviscerate. That's only...
Yeah,
Blade Flurry, it's 11 plus SI7 agent, that would be 13 damage. And he has...
Well, you still have the Auctioneer right now.
Yeah, Auctioneer...
Of course, a Molten Giant will get taunted.
Let's predict Auctioneer dies. Let's just...
He could go for double Giant Argus comp now.
He could go double Giant, Molten Giant, Argus comp, yes. He could do quite a lot. But
yeah, I mean, Mountain, Molten, Defender.
Molten Defender, I would be...
Molten Defender combo.
I would absolutely be most HP you could put on the board.
Yeah, and double taunt.
They go up to 9/9, and even if he has a Blade Flurry, I wouldn't kill.
And I think both Fan of Knives are gone.
No, there's one in his hand.
He still has one?
If I'm not mistaken.
Didn't he use it?
No, he didn't.
Okay, then he can actually, if he draws his Blade Flurry, he can clear.
If he plays a Blade Flurry, that last card should be a Blade Flurry. So he has 1 card left, and that should absolutely be a Blade Flurry, and he wins if it is one. He will just Blade Flurry, Eviscerate, GG on 10 HP.
Yep.
So we don't know. Maybe he doesn't play a Blade Flurry.
No, he decides to heal up.
That's even that won't help him.
Well, with no, it's not enough.
Even with Argus, it's not enough. We counted through. Blade Flurry, Eviscerate, SI7 agent is 13 damage here. So is that a Blade Flurry actually? I really want to know now.
There comes the blade. Oh shit! He had 10 hand cards in his hand. Oh, that hurts.
I really didn't see that coming. He had 10 hand cards.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
Those things are not allowed to happen.
Wow.
And he has 2 cards left. I guess.
Does he have? Like the question is, does he run 2 Blade Flurries?
And his moves would be really quick if he runs 2 Blade Flurries. He would just play instantly a spell, draw the Blade Flurry, and be like, yeah, GG, I win. I I didn't expect
Wow.
it. That hurts.
That's wow. That's so unlucky. Well, it's not really unlucky, but it's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Exactly the word you need here. I mean,
Oh,
he
damn.
can kill that molten giant with attack, fan of knives, eviscerate, for example.
Well, yeah.
You can. I'm just counting options here you have, and those
Damn.
options suck actually.
This is so wow. Well, that turned everything around.
I would, as Via, definitely scream now. I don't know, flip some keyboards. I guess that's why he's just moving his mouse.
Probably
and
just tears running down his face.
something like that.
And Elijah has just tears of joy running down his face.
This needs to go into a recap video, obviously.
Ah,
Okay,
damn.
Blood Mage Selnus. Eviscerate is 5 damage, for example. Selnus Eviscerate, and then he can run in his Auctioneer.
And he would draw one more card.
One more card. You don't want to draw. You don't want to draw more than one more card.
No, because then you would damage yourself, as we all know.
But there's still Alexstrasza in your opponent's hand. You don't know that, but there's still Alexstrasza running around. You're down to 8 HP. He has an Iron Beak Owl, so 8 damage is possible for him on the board.
Damn.
It hurts. I would love to see Via's cards, but we can
love to see Via's face.
We can see there's a sprint. There's an SI7 agent. There's a second SI7 agent. We know he has an Eviscerate and a Selnus. We know there's a Van Cleave. And we know there's a Fan of Knife. Those are his hand cards as far as I know. There could be Selnus, Eviscerate, card draw, run in, Auctioneer. It's only 4 mana. And then he still has 5 mana left. With 5 mana, he could just play Fan of Knives for 2 damage. That's not enough.
And he would damage himself.
Well,
by
but if he plays,
nah, he can't play Fan of Knives.
He needs to play.
He would die next round because he would drop to 7 HP, and then the Defender of Argus and the Earthen Ring Farseer would drop him to 2, and the next card he draws or would draw would deal 2 damage and kill him.
He dies anyway to the Silence on Ancient Watcher because that's just 4 damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, he shouldn't play those cards, but he needs to play something.
Like if there's no second Blade Flurry in his deck, it's over right now.
That's annoying. He's not gonna lose the one game, is he? Just because his last card is getting.
It wasn't one, but it's.
Well, it was a game of mass here, getting the.
It was 50-50.
That sucks. I mean, I'm just gonna put it like this.
And the thing is, like, he tried to draw it all the time. Like, he drew so many cards and didn't get it. And then it came down to the last 2, and
but
he got the bad coin flip.
He couldn't do anything. If he plays more cards, he just draws more cards. So he would end up with 10 hand cards in the end. And as we told you before, if you're playing against friends, you don't have any time limit. And we actually saw what there is in his hand too. There's still an Acolyte of Pain in his hand.
Great. That's exactly what you don't want to play when you're out of cards.
Let's put it under the not so useful tab. I see a way where how he could survive.
No. How?
He attacks with his Auctioneer, plays Selnus, plays Eviscerate, plays SI7 agent, bounces his SI7 agent, plays SI7 agent, killed the 3/3 minion from the board, and there would be only 7 damage on the board. Together with that one card he draws, he would still be able to survive. In my brain, he can still survive. One more turn. And he could also just attack with his weapon into the 5/6 minion and vaporize it. That would hurt.
Then he would die.
Now, if he killed the 3/3, not.
True.
So you don't see it, but we see it. Eliah is thinking about writing Via. If he's still there, or if he maybe DC'd. I mean, that's your main concern always if your enemy takes ages You're just like, yeah, did he DC?
Yeah, well, he sees that Via is hovering over his cards.
Or maybe he cannot play anything because he had that stupid DC bug stuff.
Now he's writing Via. You there? Just checking.
As we told you, he's writing him. If Via is still there and still alive playing.
Aww.
You can actually see it here. He just takes his time thinking about all those options.
Well, that's one hell of a first round in the showdown match.
How a showdown match should be, just frigging, wow,
Close.
mind blasting.
Super damn close.
I mean, he actually had everything going into his favor. Oh, and then the unfortunate thing happened.
And then everything went downhill.
Everything went downhill. Did we see a Leroy? Shouldn't his last card be a Leroy? So if he plays Selnus Eviscerate, there's 6 mana for Leroy, but not enough mana for Pew Pew.
Nope.
Laser Fan of Knives.
Nope.
But Leroy could kill that 5/6 minion.
Sure.
Good.
He would still take 7 damage. Funny.
You're putting that under the funny tab.
Well, he could actually. No, he could win.
If he plays Selnus, 5
If he plays Selnus, uses. No, can he win? Damn it, it's so close.
I am
Yes,
counting. I'm counting only 11
no,
damage.
No, he can't. He can't. He loses. Oh, damn. No, it's not 11 damage. It's about. You use Leroy to kill the 5/6, okay? You get rid of the Molten Giant with your Eviscerate and your Auctioneer, so there are no taunts left. Your opponent has the 2/3 Defender of Argus, the 3/3 Earthen Ring Farseer, and the 2 Drakelings, which is 7 damage, okay? But he only deals 6 to you, and uses one of those Drakelings to trade with Thalnos, which makes you take 1 damage from drawing a card, and then you die next round by drawing a card, because it's the start of your turn. You can't draw a card, you take 2 damage. So you would die. But if Eliah, just if this is a Leroy and he draws this actually, but if Eliah doesn't trade with one of the Drakelings versus Salnus, he can kill him the round afterwards, because then he can use his SI7, Shadow Step, SI7, and deal the last 6 damage.
Now, in the end, it turns out to be the move I called here. Double SI7 to kill a minion, Eviscerate, run in. Now there is 2 damage on the board. Even with his silence, there's 6 damage on the board. He just ends his turn. His enemy gets a Shadow Flame as an interesting card, maybe baiting into playing it. But he didn't see a Leroy by now. He needs taunters, and he only has 1 taunt on the board.
No. What? It's over. Like, if he silences his Watcher,
that's 6 damage.
Yeah, he deals 6 damage, then uses Shadow Flame. Salnus draws a card,
and then he draws 1
and
card
then he
and
draws
gets 1
another
damage. He's on 1
damn.
HP. So in your universe, it's over. In
Nah,
my
it's
universe,
not.
the
He
game is still
survives.
running.
Exactly. He didn't draw a card.
Yep.
Oh.
And that's what's saving him here at the moment, not drawing that 1 card.
Damn.
I see your move here. He would need to actually life tap and get a Soulfire, and he can win. And he has.
But then he can't play Alexstrasza. Don't you think playing Alexstrasza and just killing Salnus right now
he knows
is more optimal?
If he doesn't kill him now, he loses the game, because last card has to be Leroy. A Miracle Rogue without Leroy would be
a miracle.
Would be, what the fuck is Via playing? So he needs to know there's 7 damage blade still. Even if he attacks for 2 and doesn't kill Salnus, there's enough damage with the blade and Leroy to kill him.
How? He needs to keep the taunter. What do
Yeah,
you
if
think?
he keeps the taunter, you can just kill the taunter with your blade because you have enough HP if he's not.
But then again, you don't have the damage to kill him.
He has Leroy, and we don't know if there's a second Shadow Step in his hand, and there's another SI7 agent in his hand.
So it's 14 if he heals himself up.
If he heals him, are you still counting with Alexstrasza heal up?
Yes.
Well, I'm not counting with an Alexstrasza heal up here.
You aren't.
Yeah, that's only 2 HP. I don't see why he, he could.
Because those 2 HP can make the difference.
Absolutely. I don't see him going for that 2 HP because he's looking for other options to pull off here.
But there aren't any.
There aren't any, exactly. I would just go the risky mode. Absolutely. Drain for Soulfire.
Really?
He's down to, I would say,
how many cards does he have left?
10.
Well, that's super risky.
It's 2 out of 10.
Well, yeah, it's 20%. Do you take the 20% chance
Well,
in this match, in an ace match?
1 out of 5.
You would take it?
It could
Well,
be
that
worse.
explains why. Explains a lot.
Why I'm just casting the match and not playing myself
Wow,
here.
shots fired.
I'm taking those shots, no problem, Reno. I think it's just interesting what he will pull off here. Every move is possible. Your heal up move, absolutely possible too. We're just predicting a Leroy as a lost card. It could be everything. We just saw 1 Shadow Step, which surprises. We just saw 1 Shadow Step, if I'm correct.
I can't remember, to be honest.
This match is like both players are taking ages.
No, but it's fine. Like in this case, it's completely fine if they take their time. In my opinion.
Like, you need to take the time before you do a mistake. He thinks about trading here to make him draw the last card. And that would be super nice of Eliah, since we see what the last card is here.
Now, it doesn't really matter. Like, why would he do that now? He would deny shifts and Fox. That's all.
But if he kills him, he denies 1 damage that minion could deal to his taunt minion.
True.
As you say, he would need to kill him, or your enemy can just run in his 2 minions and play an SI7 agent to kill your 5/6 taunter and deal 7 damage to your face with his weapon. Just for example.
That's true. I would play Alexstrasza, that's for sure.
You would still play Alexstrasza.
I would.
I see your point here.
You need the 15 HP.
15 HP would exactly make him survive this madness. But the problem is,
He doesn't know, but he can expect it.
well, he thinks a lot, so he's taking his time. He's valuing all options. In the end, he will do what he thinks is best. We might just
Lifetime.
predict.
Oh.
Molten Giant, not useful.
He could.
Play Molten Giant, Shadow Flame it.
Yeah. That's what he should do.
In the end, that's a move I would say, yes, sir. Pull it off. Pull the trigger.
Kaboo! He still dies.
Lifetime
If it's Leroy, he still dies.
Yeah, he still dies. Yes, I'm waiting for it. Unfortunate odds.
Against me.
So, Sir Eliah, make your move.
Nah, take your time.
I would go for now with the Molten Giant for the Molten Giant Shadow Flame.
Yeah, of course. There are no other options.
The good thing is your enemy drops down to 5 because of the Salnus card draw. And he cannot, or he doesn't need to, he can just Shadow Flame that minion. So it doesn't matter which one he Shadow Flames. He drops down to 5, so he cannot kill your minion with his blade. But what did Via redraw?
What?
He just got a Leroy. So
Yeah, of course. Leroy, run it into the Watcher, use your SI7 agent, Shadow Step. Does he have a Shadow Step left?
nope.
Okay, then it's not over yet.
What is there in Via's hand?
Like, then it's not over. I thought he still had a Shadow Step.
I still think he has a Shadow Step too.
If he has a Shadow Step, it's over. If not, it's not over. Well, it's over, but for Via, I guess.
Is he scaring him? Just like
that would be balls.
if he loses here, I would say he should have.
No. Does he have Shadow Step? No.
There's one card for
Yeah,
zero.
Shadow Step.
So
Exactly, yeah.
So there's the second Shadow Step. He had it in his hand. I knew he
Damn
had
it! We knew it all the time.
Good job here, Via. Just what last turn win.
Yeah, magic.
Okay, let's go in and find out. And it's a Shaman against the winning Miracle Rogue here. And it's the anti-aggro, anti-rush Shaman with Y Pyromancer. Like, let's call it the E-Cup version.
It's the E-Cup version?
I don't know. I'm just calling it this now. Today it's the E-Cup version.
Okay.
Of the Shaman.
No, it's okay.
I just see a Y Pyromancer, I'm calling it. Good starting hand for Via. SI7 agent, always coin SI7 agent, what you want to do. Conceal.
What
if
you
you
gonna do when he comes for you?
If you get an Auctioneer, useful. And those Wolves, always good.
Yeah, the Wolves are always great. Especially in the early game. But even later in the game, when you can just drop
I
two
just
taunts.
swapped between persons. I was talking about Via's hand, and I was like,
just Spirit Wolves are also great for rogues. Yep.
Yeah, but Spirit Wolves OP. Via, good hand here. You're the man. I think that Hex is really valuable for
the
Eliah.
Auctioneer.
Yeah. We had it once before already. You need those hexes to get rid of stupid Auctioneers. He plays his White Pyromancer early, but the thing is, coin SI7 agent.
See a Pyromancer.
This is the most annoying thing a rogue can do. Coin SI7 agent.
Is it?
That's why you want a rogue to never go first. I mean, he not only killed your minion, a rogue has to go first.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
To make you happy. If he plays wolves now, he knows both wolves will die against that 3/3.
True.
And that hurts. That hurts so much. So Eliah's whole early game gets destroyed by one minion.
It's painful to watch. What can I say?
Yeah, but what could he have done? Just
nothing.
Selnus and turn. It's not cool too. I guess we will see some Acolyte of Pain. Maybe. Could be possible. I mean, he draws one card at least, since those wolves are 2/3. Maybe he goes for Conceal, but I wouldn't see that coming.
He could trade the wolf into the SI7 agent, just to prevent the card draw.
But the annoying thing about Miracle Rogue is he will just shiv his own minion
draw two cards.
And draw 2 cards. Like, you don't care. At damage you waste on your enemy, you get 2 cards for it. It's so much more worse.
Buff.
So what are you going to do, Eliah? You need to run in your wolf, but that's exactly what you don't want to do. And if you hero ability a totem and get a 1/1 totem, that's the totem you really don't want to have.
Well, take the chance. 25%. You have no options.
Is this not how you want to start a 0-1 final showdown you're in at the moment? You're like, fuck, I'm in a really bad spot and the game is really not starting good for me. Kill SI7.
That value.
Trade 2 for 1.
3.
You're counting.
He killed the Pyromancer with the active.
That's true. So but in the end, it's he used a coin too.
True. 2 for 3.
But still.
But then it got overload, etc. So definitely
More value
value
for the Miracle Rogue. absolutely. And Via is playing this game super good, just doing what a Merker Rogue should do. Attacks that totem, hero ability up, kills that totem. Why leave it a knife? No reason. And he just has an Auctioneer in his hand. Some preparations needed.
Yes, 2 Auctioneers actually.
And then Madness incoming. He actually has 2 Auctioneers, that's true. And what does eELiah want to do? Second Wolves?
I think I would totem first. And then, if it's a taunt totem, I would go with my Mana Tide. And if it isn't, I would go with Wolves.
That sounds like a legit move. I could accept that.
You could?
Yeah.
What would you propose?
No,
What
I
would you
I
say?
could accept that move as super good. I would absolutely taunt up first, totem up first, but he decides to actually drop everything. Now I see some Fan of Nice value. I see that Auctioneer drawing good cards. Why Pyromancer, Fan of Knives? That would kill.
That would be really good.
He would draw a card.
He would draw 3 cards.
And he could run. He could not only run in his.
He could clear everything, draw 3 cards.
Yeah. That's quite perfect for him. That must be so annoying for eELiah.
eELiah is just thinking, damn.
And he even gets a Blade Flurry. That's I'm just saying that's super good for Via. He has a perfect game. I want to say he has the perfect game here, and even gets a preparation. So next turn, he can play Auctioneer, preparation, whatever.
He needs to Earthshock the Wildfire Man, so that's it's nasty.
Well, it's okay.
Is it?
Not what you want to do.
I mean, you want to keep it for the Auctioneer. He still has the Hex, so it's okay. But then again, like if you use the Earthshock on something like Van Cleef or an Auctioneer, it's so much better.
So backstab, draw a card, preparation, the second one, and he has another Fan of Knives in his hand. We're going to see preparation.
Shift
and shift. I would actually say go for the shift.
Yeah, of course.
Worst case scenario, you're going for Fan of Knives, Blade Flurry to kill all totems. You could do that if you only have a 1 attack
actually
weapon.
goes for Fan of Knives.
Well, the thing is, Shiv is only 2 mana, and he can always use it for 2 mana, but Fan of Knives is 3 mana. So I see his thought process there. In a turn where you play Leroy, Shadow Stab, Leroy, you could still play a Shiv if you don't have Cold Bloods, but you cannot play a Fan of Knives. So Shiv deals 1 damage to a player, but Fan of Knives will never deal damage to a player.
True.
That's the only thing I see here making sense.
I'm wondering how many cards he has on his hand. Maybe he was up to like 9 cards, and the Shiv would have like killed one of his cards next round.
That's possible, but
I think that's even. Let me count. 1, 2.
you can see
Yeah,
around
he was up to 9.
At least 7
Now
cards.
he's up to 10.
But I would say, as you quoted here,
No, I actually counted the cards.
you counted.
He was up to 9. That was the reason why he used Fan of Knives over Shiv.
Well, I can promise you one thing. I talked to him, and next week.
Makes 0 difference actually. Shiv and Fog draw 2 cards either way.
Next week we're going to see his cards in his recordings.
That's nice.
Yeah, I talked to him, and I was like, yeah, bro, make it happen. And he told me he can make it happen. So next week we will absolutely have his recordings with cards to be seen. Good stuff. Auctioneer, handful of spells. Just draw 1 bazillion cards, I feel, incoming.
And he also has a sprint, so he will not run off cards anytime soon.
Even if his Auctioneer dies, that's sprint. The funny thing with preparation and sprint is only 4 mana. I saw it once and I was like pretty annoyed when a turn 4 sprint came in without an Auctioneer. So we just preparation sprint. That's pretty rough if he draws an Auctioneer afterwards with backstabs.
Kinda hurts, right?
Amazing plays.
He's sapping his elemental, which makes sense.
Why not?
Oh.
I can absolutely accept that. He goes for the face. That's 4 damage.
He wants to get a really big Van Cleef out, I guess. Well, it's not that big. 6/6, isn't it?
Better 6/6 than nothing. The really good thing about Van Cleef is just there are 2 minions out now. So you might have Fire Elemental, Lightning Bolt, kill Van Cleef. You might have an Hex, but you still need to kill both minions. In theory.
And the problem is, what he's thinking right now, damn it, I used one of my Earth Shocks on a Wild Pyromancer. I had to, but I wish I would have gotten that Earth Shock right now.
Yes. You explained his thought process perfectly.
I know, right? Just getting into those minds of the players.
He can still play Hex, Lightning Storm, Lightning Bolt. That hurts, but...
Wow, then he's overloaded by 3.
But it clears the board.
True.
And that's your main concern here. Overload by 3, well, happens, but you kind of need to do it.
What we know is that Via has another auctioneer, and he can expect that because he had so much card draw.
Not only another Pyromancer, there's Leroy already in his hand, and if that second
Not auctioneer, not Pyromancer.
There's Leroy in his hand, and there is a second one Shadow Step. If that's a Shadow Step actually down there, and Cold Bloods we haven't seen, so they might be redrawn. That's a lot of damage, possible damage.
I think your play makes most sense, like Hex, Lightning Storm, Lightning Bolt.
But it hurts.
But it hurts.
It hurts.
Definitely does.
That's always the fact. Sometimes the right play is not the most beautiful play. You could also play Fire Elemental Lightning Bolt, but that only kills 1 minion.
Would you kill the auctioneer or Van Cleef?
If I play Fire Elemental Lightning Bolt, Van Cleef, because 6 damage.
Okay, he goes for the play you mentioned before. Hex, Lightning Storm, Lightning Bolt, clear the board, and be overloaded.
Sadly, the best option here, but next turn he can only play Totem, Taunted Up.
Shadow Step.
There's the Shadow Step, so Leroy Shadow Step.
Does he have 2 Shadow Steps now?
If he has 2 Shadow Steps, he needs 1 Cold Blood to kill, actually.
Yep. Then he has exactly 22. But apparently he doesn't have it. But he has lethal next round.
If there's no taunt incoming.
Yep.
Like some awesome 1/4 taunt totem. Now he's dead.
GG. Should have played Flame Tongue with Argus.
Even Flame Tongue with Argus
Would have been enough.
Oh, there's still the shift and backstab. We saw backstab,
Okay,
so
never mind.
never mind. I would add that too.
So Via takes the first showdown match.
No, not.
He doesn't?
It's not at an end.
Huh.
Cards. Wow, double deadly poison here. Is he actually going to draw his Blade Flurry once this time? I mean, he
has it already.
He used it already. He has it already in his hand. That's correct.
Already.
So he could go for a 7 attack weapon together with preparation, but he counted. So he's counting for another deadly poison, 7 attack, Blade Flurry.
It's 14 damage.
That's 14. Cold Blood. Preparation. He's hoping for another, well, Thalness.
Well, it's 1 more damage.
No, it's not. That's 1 more. And on the shift, if he has, how much mana is left for him? Only 2 mana. So if he plays Thalness, he can just play Thalness next turn. So 7 damage, Blade Flurry, win next turn. Just play Blade Flurry. Go Via. Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry. You want to get rid of that Fire Elemental here. He deals 8 damage instead of... And there's the Eviscerate. Sadly, it happened too late. And without this Thalness, he would have won. Because Blade Flurry gives him the Eviscerate and he still has 2 mana to play the Eviscerate. I guess he just played it safe. It works out for him. The big question is now, is eELIah going to lightning bolt his own face? Or is he just going to
The
concede?
big question, is he gonna lightning bolt himself? Of course he is.
Of course he is. You're just giving that away.
Yep.
He could also play Alakir and Flame Tongue Totem, clear the board. Be safe. I mean,
Be safe. Would you call it safe?
I would call it survival. At least one more turn. Doesn't have to be safe. Not entirely. He might think about it, but in the end, it's GG. And Via wins here. And I guess it looks like GG for Planet Key Dynamics. Taking their first win in our Hearthstone League.
It was a close one.
It was a close one and an amazing one.
I really enjoyed both of those matches. I think the show match, the ace match, was by far the most entertaining.
Yeah.
Not like the others were cool as well, but this one was just incredible. Like match 1, if you just tuned in, be sure to check out the VODs that we're gonna upload, because the first match is crazy.
Yep. Those VODs will come during the week. And not only they will come during the week, we will have a more Gentlemen Cup cast this week. But we will talk about this after the game, because the game is still running. And eELIah admits he did a mistake. But I don't know what mistake he's talking about. In the end, that's GG for
So
Via
many
here.
options to kill. Like so many.
We're just getting trolled by... we're just getting trolled by eELIah. He could deal 10 damage with this Alakir. That's strong. That's a lot of damage.
It's not enough.
In the end, I think Alakir, Flame Tongue Totem, clear the board, and then end the turn. Or just end the turn now.
What?
What is happening? Surprise. Interesting matchup for the Mercurogue, definitely against Shaman. But if you get your Blade Flurries right and will counter your enemy hard early, you saw the Shaman had his Bird Wolves early on.
Yep.
But in the end, he just played one SI7 agent, and that SI7 agent was enough to diminish all early game minions.
It was just like the coin SI7